because it's a good friend of ours from just a little further up north says if you're doing the optimal thing all the time, you will lose every time, especially at the top level, because it's one of those deals where the top players will know what you're looking to do. They will know the roadmap. They'll know the chains, and that's why you don't do that. So you got to think outside the box. You got to get a little creative, and sometimes you got to take yourself a little trip to Flavor Town, which is exactly where we're going to start off, and that is exactly what we're going to call Small Battlefield, because I don't want to be proven wrong in that respect.
Well, let's see how it peels out. We have Beast and Waidu starting things off. And as far as matchups that reward creativity is concerned, I feel like both of these characters do an amazing job at that. Beast, of course, known for, limiting himself, not really limiting himself, but focusing a lot more on the strengths of Charizard and showing what he can do with the character. Amazing aerial control is going to net him first blood in this set. And of course, Waidu, who we were earlier singing the praises of for this character. Not only does he have amazing control of Brawler, but he's also quite creative in how he's able to use Brawler's skills. So let's see if he can take things back on Beast, as he's doing a great job of racking up the damage from just sharking out these terrible landings. And it's going to be the Onslaught that manages to clean up that stock.
Yeah, and this is an impressive showing, an impressive little comeback here from okay, we'll just acquiesce and say Waidu for now, but it's, yeah, you can definitely get caught on the land, as Beast going to be using that big frame of Charizards to make sure that they're going to have a hell of a time doing it, but Flare Blitz, one of those options that is just easier said to be avoided than actually done, and certainly Beast taking advantage of that, taking bad things down to their last stock. I didn't even finish my sentence before I went back to bad things, but you know what? That's just how it's going to be, I think.
Of course, such is the nature of fast-paced Smash.
Oof.
Yeah, Flashing Mach Punch doing a really good job for covering up these wayward air dodges that Beast is presenting. And we're already seeing both combatants on last stock. Stu, I've got a feeling that we're going to be looking at a fast-paced set overall between the two of these players. They're both aggressive, their characters lend well to aggressive play, and they both really know their characters well. So if they see the opportunity to cook, it's cooking time.
Oh my gosh, and that is why you have Zard out, because they were willing to turn up the heat, trying to exert that stage control. However, Bad Things' movement in the air pretty darn decent. It's going to be landing. That's going to be the problem. Almost banking on Beast committing to an option at some point, pressing a button perhaps before it's a bit too early, getting a little too antsy for the kill. But yeah, you find yourself in an option as well, and that is when Beast uncorks the up smash and takes himself up to a 1-0 lead. Best of 5 territory, so you definitely have some room for error, but man, Zard just has such a way of making that room whittle away slowly but surely.
And given the nature, this type of set, Beast is not the kind of player who you want to give a little bit of wiggle room to. You make him feel comfortable. He feels like he has already won the set. He knows that he's able to do it, so you have to keep the pressure on him. You have to make him squirm. And I feel like Waidu is capable of that, but Waidu needs to be able to confirm these kills a bit more assuredly if he's going to find himself in that position. Game 2 is bringing us right on back to Small Battlefield, and I think the plat layout asserts really well for me Brawler, the ability to anti-air, but controlling that base plat is also going to be super important for getting a lot of those more guaranteed combos, but hey, a little bit of cheese goes a whole long way right there. Falling on down with Soaring Axe Kick, first stock gets dropped away from Beast.
Cheese spoils even quicker with heat. You know that, right? That's just not good form there. And Guy Fieri should know that. But nevertheless, that is going to be a quick stock number 1 for Bad Things, as they're going to try to exert the pressure on Ivysaur, trying to get off the stage, but you're just giving yourself a bigger frame at this point. And even quicker than that, Bad Things happening to Beast on Small Battlefield, looking for the run back, and thus far, seems to have sound judgment here. And is this going to be a game?
Oh, he wanted it. He wanted it so bad. But I do like that Waidu didn't fully commit to it. He's just building up amazing damage right now. Flip kicks his way. Safety. Unfortunately, it's right into the open wings of Charizard. He's doing really well to cover that ledge. Let's see if he can make back this pretty heavy deficit.
Man's just suplexed a Charizard, and going on even further, these aerials coming out so quick, finishing it off with that quick little nair that comes out, and the flashing Mach Punch to finish it off. And that game 2 took less than 80 seconds to finish up. That is how you take it back to Flavor Town.
Very well put. I wonder if Waidu ever gets tired of the Food Network and gastronomy puns. You think he's ever had his fill? I think he's stuffed.
I mean, I think he's given us an absolute smorgasbord of content right now. And keep in mind, take a look at the timer. This is stock number 2, and that took what? 40 seconds? Maybe? Maybe. What else is there to say to that? I mean, you're sitting in stunned silence. I'm not sure what else to say myself.
Hey, listen, it's a feast for the eyes, man. I've especially been taking a liking to Waidu's Brawler as I've been studying the character a bit more lately, and there aren't quite many Brawlers who are so dedicated to the character and able to explain them as fluently as Waidu does. So I've become very familiar with his tips and tricks, and to see them put to action this deep in a bracket is honestly delicious.
Oh, absolutely. A feast for the eyes, if nothing else. But yeah, there's going to be no switch. Beast sticking to their guns and going to try to pick up the scraps and maybe see what they can build themselves there. Probably a different choice of stage. Definitely appreciate Bad Things going right back to small battlefield, feeling like maybe there was a room for opportunity. But now we're going to expand the stage just a little bit, going to Pokemon Stadium for game number 3, and I'm liking the idea. Maybe you have a little bit of space with which to work on flat ground and open up an area of opportunity for yourself, and that seems to be paying dividends for Beast thus far. But if you have an expanded field, I feel like you have a chance to maybe run at Zard just a little bit more, right?
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of opportunity here to just give yourself the space to be able to do a lot to Pokemon Trainer, especially Charizard. But I do like the stage pick from Beast because it gives him a lot of opportunity to swing heavy, just like that. Seeing Flare Blitz pay off excellently for Beast, and he hasn't really taken that much damage, relatively speaking. Almost doing more to himself.
That's one of those things, isn't it, where you're talking about closing speed. Well, yeah, Flare Blitz gives you that, and if you want to try to go all the way around Zard, that's fine. They can always pick you up with that Flare Blitz. However, that seems to be what Bad Things, all in all, has gotten so much mileage out of, is just calling out exactly where Beast is going to be upon an error with that standing Mach Punch. Wow, Bad Things really went for it all, but it's going to be punished, picked up, and then eventually tossed out with the bear.
Yeah, no, that went horribly for Waidu. Beast, having excellent timing on his fly, managed to break through the soaring axe kick, and even took full advantage of the situation to get himself a bear. Overall, very well played from Beast. Plenty of opportunity here for him to just completely take Game 3 into his clutches. But Waidu's going to have to make a bit more less rash decisions, I believe. Not just smarter, but just less rash.
I mean, this is their first, just recently returning to tournament play, playing last night's the Juice Box 18. Finishing in 65th there, taking out some pretty decent competition, but losing to some familiar names, including Mouse Rat in winner's quarterfinal. Taking a game off of him, though. And apparently went Ness in that set, weirdly enough. But that's he's going to get Flare Blitz right in the face and already down to their last stock. However, on the comeback trail, this is doable.
Oh, certainly. We've seen Waidu's ability to take stocks at very early percentages, due in part to soaring axe kick, but with not landing on shield, that's just not a good option. You can't be doing that against Charizard, especially Beast's Charizard. This is once again we see the up smash out of shield, clutching out not just a stock but a whole game for Beast. It's going up the 2-1 count right now, and again, like Stu said, this is the best of 5 territory, so There's still a little bit of gas in the tank for Waidu if he wants to try and take things here on the winner's side of bracket tonight, but he needs to make better decisions when it comes to these like all or nothing plays. Especially because Beast is the type of player to recognize when players want to do that, recognizing the high percentage, the lack of stage control, Charizard's big body. Like, Beast isn't a fool. He knows Charizard doesn't have that great of a disadvantage state, given everything I just listed. But he waits for smart players to look for those opportunities and throws complete reversals on them. Time and time again, we've seen that just in this set alone.
Yeah, it's funny because we tend to think about Beast as being this sort of hyper-aggressive player that has a very attitudinal playstyle where they always want to take it to their opposition, and if that means overextending sometimes, then so be it. That's just how it's going to be. But yeah, Beast, honestly, we've seen a little bit more of a maturity to their game over the past couple of months, how they've adjusted, and certainly playing with a little bit more intent, playing and seeing that aggression still, but it has more of a purpose now. We see that it's not just, I'm going to come at you with the head-ass play for the sake of throwing out the head-ass play. No, this might be conditioning you into maybe luring yourself in so that I can confirm into something off of Ivy, or certainly catch a jump with that Charizard up smash, which they have done every so often. As we go back to small battlefield for game number 4, I can only imagine that they're going to play even more fearlessly now, as showing indeed that back throw into Bear is certainly still in play.
Oh, there's plenty of options yet that Beast has not revealed as far as his ability to build up massive damage or potentially take early stocks. But Waidu is well aware of the situation at this point and is willing to swing where he needs to. Really good call with the down air over there, managing to land the sour hit and get himself a kill. And I feel like the willingness of Waidu to just start swinging raw on Beast is both what he needs to do, but also what he needs to watch out for right there. That recklessness of managing to get him forward smashed.
Might be looking for one of those dares to confirm yet again, but
Beast
making it just a little harder. Sorry?
It's just Nair and soaring axe kick, but catching the lock and a forward smash, managing not to kill, but build up decent damage.
Yeah, and maybe mistiming the offensive measure to counteract the fly, but, reading the roll and spacing that out. There's no real spacing out Flare Blitz. It feels weird to say that, but either way, giving yourself just enough room and maybe lulling bad things into a false sense of security there. And it's going to be that option again, sending Beast flying, but you're sitting pretty right now, I feel like, if you're Beast. The question is, how do you confirm this next stock without getting yourself into a world of trouble? Like, you can recover from this disadvantage.
The way that these two gentlemen have been taking stocks from each other, I almost feel like the fact that they're sitting on these high percentages is negligible, because they build them up so quickly and confirm their kills, typically speaking, like with little effort. But here, these men are staying alive.
I feel like Bad Things is going to get caught jumping at one of these points, because we're getting hit on the ground a lot, eventually gets scooped up and hit out. This is last stock territory for Bad Things, and this is one stock away for Beast into grand finals if they do. In fact, that is just unfortunate. The axe kick, that'll send you down into oblivion, and
he really does it.
I'm not sure if that's the way that Beast wanted this stock to end, but the ends justify the means, I suppose. They find themselves in grand finals.
There's a reason they call it all or nothing play. Like there is the nothing aspect of it.
The latter is certainly a possibility, isn't it?
Yeah, he really wanted to do it to him, but it just wasn't in the cards, not in this part of the bracket. And I feel like Waidu didn't intend for it to be a suicide play. Like, if you saw how he was drifting ever so slightly to that ledge, like, there was certainly intent to not make that play the way it was, especially considering how well he was being able to put himself along the stage throughout the set as a whole when we were on small battlefield. Either way, though, I feel like where both players just tried to play the game their way, Beast was unshakable. He knew how he wanted to play. He didn't let Waidu tell him no. So it's going to be Beast who's sitting in Winterside Grand Finals tonight. We'll have to see who his combatant is later on. course, I would like to see the run back, as this is a very entertaining set, but remains to be seen. We have to see who Beast is going to be duking out with for that pleasure of fighting Waidu once again.
Yeah, and that's the thing, especially in these brackets, the brackets that we've seen in the Tri-State Weeklies, no matter what it is, whether it's Xeno or Fusion or Breakpoint, or it certainly right here at DNA, there are always killers roaming in the ocean that is loser's side of these things, and just swimming with sharks. You just never know who's going to bare their teeth at some of the unfortunate souls that wind up in their depths. But that concludes winners bracket. Beast punching their ticket into grands on winner's side. They'll have to wait to see who emerges from the depths. We'll be waiting for loser's semifinal. I believe it's Null who's sitting there right now. So that Min successful in taking out Alan Dis. We will be seeing J-Ja versus J-Ray. I do believe we have time for at least one ad. So Crystallodian in production, go ahead, hit him with the ad slides. Certainly like to thank UEF for providing a little bit of an infrastructure for the Tri-State Smash community. UEF.GG, that's where you can check out to register, play games, and earn credits, providing earning opportunities for players, commentators, organizers, live producers, and so much more. You want to know more? Hit up the discord.link/UEF. Master Hand Gaming is a proud founding partner of Master Hand Gaming. And hey, Hangman, you got yourself a Facebook buddy? Because we are going to Facebook tomorrow for Champions for Charity. It's powered by Facebook Gaming. It's to benefit Games for Love, and it's run by our good friends over at HitPoint. I'm going to be on commentary, and certainly Chris running production for that whole thing. It's a $1,000 prize pool. Yes, you read that correctly, 1K. You want to get yourself a G, maybe enter that tournament, win, see what happens. It's free entry as well. So definitely shout outs to Facebook Gaming and Games for Love. Great charity. You're going to want to check that out. And, with a face like that, with a face like Ganondorf, how can you possibly say no?